It's been 5 years since the Volkswagen diesel emissions scandal rocked the global auto industry. Now, former Audi CEO Rupert Stadler has become the first top auto executive to go on trial in Germany. He faces charges of fraud, falsifying certifications, and false advertising. Volkswagen, whose subsidiaries include Audi, Porsche and Skoda, has admitted it rigged millions of diesel engines to cheat on emissions tests. They included software that made the cars appear less polluting in lab tests. But in real driving conditions, they emitted up to 40 times the legal limit of toxic gases.
Trent Murray is live for us in Berlin. Hi there, Trent. So Mr. Stadler has consistently denied the accusations in this case. What's been his argument?
Well, his legal defence is expected to be very similar to other Volkswagen executives that have been ensnared in this scandal over the past few years. He's expected to say that senior members of the board, like himself, were not aware of this dieselgate scandal and that it was the work of a handful of engineers at Volkswagen. But it seems that that argument has not impressed prosecutors here. They do believe they've got quite a solid case, not just against Mr. Stadler, but three others that are co-accused, one senior manager from Porsche as well as two executives from Audi. And they have presented in a court today in Munich 90 pages worth of indictments against the four men. Between them, they are accused of selling over 450,000 cars, both here in Europe and the United States, cars that were rigged with this software to try and trick regulators, as you mentioned, to try and make it look like those Audis that were sold were less polluting than they actually were. But prosecutors do believe that they have got a strong case against Mr. Stadler and those three co-accused. If they're found guilty, they could face up to 10 years in prison here in Germany.
And Trent, it's taken 5 years to get to this point. This is going to be a long, drawn-out process, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly, Steve. It's a very complex case, and so it is expected that this court trial will last for a number of years. Early expectations are that it may not finish until December 2022, but it has attracted an incredible amount of public interest here in Germany. Of course, car manufacturing really goes to the heart of what Germans hold proud and hold dear when it comes to their manufacturing sector. So there is a lot of media and public interest, so much so that the judge overseeing the trial has had to have it move to a different courtroom to be able to accommodate the people that are expected to come to the public gallery and watch it. Watching from the sidelines as well in all of this, of course, is the Volkswagen Group. It is still one of the world's biggest automakers, but it has been a very costly 5 years for the car company. It's paid over $30 billion in fines and legal costs, as well as compensation to drivers both here and in the US. And just in recent months, a court here ruled in favour of a driver to be able to get a refund from Volkswagen for them to have to buy back one of these rigged vehicles. And legal experts here say that could now set a precedent for hundreds of thousands of other drivers to follow the same course, potentially costing the company a lot of money. This case still has got some way to go, it seems, not just in the legal courts, but in the courts of public opinion, as people continue to heavily scrutinise Volkswagen for its role in this scandal.
Trent, thank you very much for that update on this case as it continues to develop. That was Trent Murray there in Berlin.